Good afternoon folks, and welcome back to the Adams Eats kitchen. Hope you're doing well and you had a good weekend. Now today's video is going to be fairly quick and simple. I'm going to show you how to make your own garlic bread. Now I'm showing you how to do this for two reasons. The first being is that when you buy garlic bread from the shops, it's pretty disappointing. It's bland, there's never enough butter, and the garlic that they use, I don't know, it just tastes artificial. And I think that's because they use like dried garlic or that rehydrated jarred stuff, I don't know. And to my mind, I think that when you make garlic bread, with garlic being the centerpiece of the dish, it needs to be fresh. Otherwise, what's the point? And the second reason I'm doing this is because whatever butter I've got left over, which I will do because I'm making more than I need, I'm going to show you how to turn that from ordinary garlic butter into another flavoured butter, which you can then refrigerate and use for something else. Great for kind of topping on steaks, chicken, whatever it is you like. So it's kind of like a double whammy video, really simple, so let's crack on with it. If you look down below in the description, you can get a list of those ingredients, and also if you press that pause button now, you can get a list of them there as well. And the first job we need to do is make the garlic butter. Right, to make garlic butter then, really simple. I'm using more than what we need for the actual garlic bread because I'm going to show you how to make a flavoured butter. But this is about 250 grams of salted butter. Ideally it needs to be at room temperature to make it easy to work with. This isn't because I've only just bought it from the shop. But we shall struggle on folks, we shall struggle on. So we'll get it out of this packet, and then taking a knife I'm just going to cut it into rough cubes and stick it in a bowl. And once you've cubed the butter, we now need to mince this garlic. So just take a knife, bash it, and then just peel off that skin. Now I find most of the time when people make garlic butter is that they just kind of chop it nice and finely and then just chuck it in the butter. But what I like to do is to mince the garlic really nice and fine into a paste, because you get the most flavour out of the garlic when you do that. And to do that, all we need to do is take a sharp knife and just chop the garlic nice and finely to begin with. Okay, just like that. And then we add some salt, just a little bit, and that'll act as like an abrasive and help mince up the garlic. Now you could use a garlic press if you want, but this is just a really easy way to do it. And then just taking the side of the knife, you just want to squish it into the board, and you'll start to notice that it'll kind of mince up and go into a mush. And after about 30 seconds or so, you'll see that it's turned into this really nice sort of garlic paste. Then we need to add that to our butter. Right, and the next thing we need to add is some chopped parsley. I got this bunch from the shop, it was reduced, so there's some ropey bits in there which I need to get rid of. Now there's no real exact quantity, I mean just use your eye, but you want a fairly hefty amount of parsley in there. So I've got around about that much, and then taking a sharp knife, just chop it. Okay, and then once you've chopped the parsley, get that into the bowl as well. Now we need to mix it up, and normally if your butter is at room temperature, you know, you can just get a fork and mash it all up. But my butter is quite cold because I've only just got it from the shop, so I'm going to use my hands, which are nice and warm, which should help it all melt together. So I'm just going to get in there, don't be scared, just scrunch it all up. So that's it, it's nice and mixed. I'm just going to pinch a tiny bit off, just give it a quick taste. Delicious. You know, if you need more garlic, then obviously add a bit more. If you want more parsley, then add some more. And once you've made your garlic butter, you can stick that to one side, and you need to preheat your oven to gas mark 6 so it's nice and hot. And what we need to do now is go and slice the bread. Right, so I've got my bread here. I'm using a small pre-baked baguette. This will be enough for 2 people if you're having it as a side. Just get it out of its packet. And then taking a bread knife, what we're going to do is just cut slits into the bread, but not all the way through. Just kind of like that. And you want to do it about 1 inch apart. Okay, just keep working all the way along until basically you have something that looks like that. And now what we need to do is stuff it with the garlic butter. And all we need to do is just take a knife, take a nice dollop of your garlic butter, and then just spread it inside each slit. Just keep working all the way along. Be as stingy or as generous as you like. I'm going to be quite generous because I think, you know, like I said before, when you buy them from the shop, generally they're a bit stingy. And that's it, that's the garlic bread done. We now need to get it in the oven, and what I've got here is a baking sheet lined with tin foil. So just transfer this over, and now you need to completely wrap it. Just wrap the tin foil over, tuck in the ends, and that can now go in the oven. Now that garlic bread will take about 10 to 15 minutes to cook. Basically what you're looking for is for that butter to be completely melted all the way through the bread, and it should be warm through. You don't need to bake it because the bread's already cooked. And whilst that's baking in the oven, I'm going to show you how to turn the rest of this into 2 flavoured butters. Right, to make these flavoured butters then, really simple. I'm just going to divide this mixture into two and then just pop it into my containers. The first butter I'm going to do is just simply add some chilli flakes. I'm going to make a nice spicy one. And also some paprika. Again, use whatever quantities you like. I'm using about half a teaspoon of chilies and then about a teaspoon of smoked paprika. And then to this one, I'm going to add some lemon zest. Just grate that in. I'd say about half a lemon. And then about half a shallot. That's just going to really change the flavour and give it a nice oniony hum as well. And then all you need to do is just take your fork and just mash the whole thing together. And it's easy as that. You've got two flavoured butters there out of the same mix. Again, just give them a little taste. That one's smoky, really spicy. And that one's got a really nice vibrant citrus flavour. Slight bit of sweetness from that shallot. And it's really made it much lighter as well. Now you can use these for whatever you like, but that one's going to be absolutely banging on top of a steak, a pork chop. And this one will go really nice with fish or lamb. So all I'm going to do then is just pop the lids onto these. And then all you need to do with these is just pop them in the fridge. So there we go guys, two really simple flavoured butters that you can use for whatever you like. So I think our garlic bread is done, so let's get it out of the oven and have a look. Right, okay, here it is then, fresh out the oven. I've let it sit for a minute just to kind of cool down slightly because it'll burn your mouth off if you go straight into it. So let's cut off a few slices and have a look. You can see that garlic in there, all that parsley. Honestly, if I had smell-o-vision on this camera, just the odours in this kitchen are amazing. Right, okay then, so I'm going to slice the rest of this up and then we'll give it a taste. Right then, let's give it a taste. I'm going to go for this bit here. Got loads of garlic butter on it. Smells incredible. Let's go in. They're going to love me at work tomorrow. Well, as expected, it's buttery, it's garlicky, it's parsley-y, but it's got a much fresher flavour than the shop bought stuff. And I think this is going to be one of those things that you make it yourself for your friends or family, they're going to eat it and go, this is the best garlic bread I've ever tasted, where'd you get it from? And you'll feel really smug because you made it yourself. And it's one of those things that you think's more complicated than it is. I mean, I showed you how easy it was. It's just a bit of garlic butter, parsley, chucked in some bread, but it tastes wizard. Well, there we are guys, really simple recipe, how to make garlic bread, plus a Brucey bonus on how to turn that leftover garlic butter into two different flavoured butters. And that about wraps up today's video guys, so thanks for tuning in and watching. If you like what you see, then please stick a like down below. And if you'd like to show me some love and support, then please subscribe. And as always, stick around at the end because there'll be some links to some other videos. And if you'd like to subscribe, there'll be a button for that as well. And of course, I'll see you fine folks next time for more tasty fun and frolics. What's that alarm? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.